Welcome to Potchefstroom, South Africa for the IPF World Sub-Junior and Junior Equipped Powerlifting Championships 2018. We're joined by Jim Battenfield, one of the great coaches on the American team, here to fill in and give us some great information on some of these lifters. It is going to be an exciting day. I love watching juniors and sub-juniors. They're just so unpredictable.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really an exciting part of the year for me that I look forward to. It's been 51 weeks trying to get back here.
Oh, fantastic. And we've got the 59 kilo juniors this afternoon, the 53 and the 59 kilo sub-juniors as well. We're kicking off with our first lifter from Chinese Taipei very shortly, with Chun Wan Gai looking to open his campaign today at 150 kilograms. And for those of you watching at home who aren't familiar with equipped powerlifting, hopefully throughout today's session we can fill you on some of the little techniques, some of the rules, and a little bit about some of the equipment they're wearing as well. Now, only a short flight today, 9 lifters in total. So we'll take 20-minute breaks between each discipline. And we're about 15 seconds away from kicking off this absolutely fantastic competition. And it's going to be an interesting one. It's a bit cold here today in South Africa.
Yeah, that's for sure. It was a little bit of a shocker to me.
Yeah, you usually expect a bit of a warm day here. It's only about 19 degrees, so it's a bit cool. Everyone's wearing jackets and jumpers. And the bar is loaded at 150 kilograms. And this is probably the toughest squat of the whole competition. First lifter of the day, of the competition. The nerves must be rattled. Absolutely.
And then we had a little bit of the delay because we had to push it back because Japan was delayed with bad weather. So it's kind of a weird start time, but I'm glad the IPF did that to allow the Japanese lifters to have some kind of time.
It really does show what a tight-knit community powerlifting is. I mean, the Japanese team got stuck because of weather. You know, we delayed the start time to make sure that everyone was here. Very fast squat there. Yep. Let's see what the referees say. 2 white lights, that's good enough to get him on the board, and that will get those nerves under control now.
Yeah, it moved very well, and it's just 10 kilos behind his PB, so.
Fantastic. Ilya Marachev is our next lifter from Russia, looking to open at 180 kilograms. Get a personal best of 192.5, so this should be a fairly solid opening lift for him.
Yes. Very strong lifter. I saw him lift last year in Orlando. He finished with the silver medal.
Yeah, he's actually got quite a significant career for a junior.
Yes.
And you'll notice, if you watch raw lifting and equipped lifting at home, you'll notice that it takes a little bit longer to get to the platform as an equipped lifter. You don't want to be wrapping those knees up too early.
That's for sure.
And then you've got the fun walk up the ramp there with your knees wrapped.
Yeah, I suspect we'll see a lot of people being carried at some point.
Very, very wide squat stance. It looked like the depth was good. And he gets the 3 white lights.
It's so odd to see that wide of a stance for such a small lifter.
Yeah, he's not a big build. It's quite a wide stance. You often see that in the heavyweights, the bigger builds, that they'll stand a bit wider to give their hips a bit more space. But it was quite odd for a young lifter of that size.
But he's got it figured out because that was a good-looking squat.
Logan Pennington from the US of A, 180 kilos. I'm sure Jim could tell us a little bit about this young man.
Yes, he's from down in Covington, Louisiana area. His coach is actually on our staff as well, John Burford. So we're looking to see what he can do. His cousin also will lift later in the week at 105.
Look at those knee wraps, super tight.
Oh, yeah!
Very nice bar pass through there. Nice quick lift and gets the 3 white lights. Mizuki Hamasuna from Japan, looking at 190 kilograms. I got to say, for the Japanese team, it's going to be a bit tougher, having been delayed in flights and getting here so late.
Yes.
You don't get that time to adjust.
Right, and you wonder about how that affected weight cuts or anything like that, but such an experienced staff they have. Hopefully they did the best they could with the situation they
Oh,
had.
absolutely. It's not their first train ride, so and they'll handle that quite well.
Yeah, very unorthodox situation that you don't plan for. Well, what if we were delayed 6 hours? So,
Yeah, travel those distances is hard enough.
right, that's for sure.
A nice slow descent, then just dropping into those knee wraps. 2 white lights, that's enough. You'll see the difference in some of the lifters if you're new to the sport and watching it for the first time. You'll see some of them are actually quite slow into those wraps and let the weight push them down, and then just do that little drop to let the knee wraps do their job and give it a little bit of bounce out of the bottom. Oscar Martel, also from the US of A, looking at 195 kilograms. Quite a way under his PB of 210. Another one of the athletes from the US team here.
Yes, he's from far down deep South Texas. Very strong kid, as everybody is here today.
Yeah, when you look at these weight classes and the numbers they're lifting, it's absolutely phenomenal, isn't it?
Go, yeah, come on!
Very, very smooth. And gets 2 white lights, it's enough to go on the board.
Absolutely.
We were talking a lot about the American team at the World Championships in Canada earlier on this year, and the professionalism and the way they pick the lifts for their athletes. I mean, hopefully today throughout the session you can tell us a bit about some of your strategies. Maybe let a few secrets out of the bag.
A few.
Not too many. Dmitry Labutin from Russia, looking at 197.5. And you'll watch as these guys go through lift 1, lift 2, lift 3. You'll notice at home the knee wraps get a little bit tighter and tighter through each lift on some of them. It looks like he handled that well. And 3 white lights. Yotamura from Japan. 210 kilograms. 59 kilogram junior. Another Japanese lifter coming out soon, looking at opening at 245 kilograms. A few plates away from a world record in the juniors, 275 kilograms. So a few plates away, but certainly looking at giving it maybe a nudge over the next year or so. Sure he gets that bar in just the right position. Pulls it tightly into his back there.
Nice looking squat.
Yeah, that was very smooth all the way through. The bar path didn't seem to move off the line at all. No. Gets the depth of 3 white lights. Damien Aldridge, we're looking at 220 kilograms, another US lifter. Had a big team here at this event this year. You were saying earlier 31 lifters?
Yes, sir. We always want to try to bring full teams, and then just after nominations locked in, we had a couple issues, so we weren't able to do that this year. But we're proud to bring as many as we've had.
That's fantastic. Here we go. 220 kilograms. Plenty of support in the crowd here. little bit unsteady on the walkout there. Just clipped the rack a little. He smoothed it out. Let's see what the referees say. Yeah, didn't quite get down enough. Didn't quite get his walkout the way he wanted it.
Yeah, you got to wonder on a lift like that, did the walk, did that whole deal just throw him off? And he's close, but it's not there. So I'm sure he'll take it down the next one.
Yeah, you know, when you've got 220 kilograms on your back, one little thing doesn't go to plan, it throws your whole mind out, especially for that first lift as well. Yasuki Sataki from Japan, opening at 245 kilograms. This is a monster opening lift for a 59 kilogram lifter. Although his PB, his personal best, is 260 kilograms, so it really should be a good solid opening lift for him.
Yeah, and he's been in the World Championships several years in a row, so he knows exactly what's going on and what to expect. So there'll be no surprises here for Sataki.
Slow descent and then just dropping into those knee wraps there. Gets the 3 wide lines and handles that like a true professional. Their second lifts now. We've shown one guy from Chinese Taipei looking at a 15 kilo jump, 165 kilograms. It's a pretty standard sort of a jump for quick lifting in squats.
Yes.
This is a little bit, a touch over his personal best of 160.
He's almost lifting like a modified raw. He's in his in a singlet with some knee wraps on.
Yeah, so he's not wearing the full suit.
But he's very young, so this is just an opportunity to give him some experience on the World Championship stage, and maybe they're planning to transition him into the year.
Yeah, so this is a sub-junior lifter, so he's a very young lifter. A lot of potential. Squats with a very high bar as well. Not quite deep enough on that one. It certainly wasn't a strength issue though. I mean, he handled the weight very, very well. I'm sure he'll come out and rectify that on his third lift.
Right, and he moved it so well. You know, you almost could argue give him a couple more kilos. But
yeah,
somebody
he's got one on the board already, so.
Yeah, but somebody this young, you probably just retake the PB and.
Ilya Marachev from Russia, 190 kilograms.
And they gave him 5 kilos.
Yeah, so they're quite confident that he's not having a problem with the weight at all.
Right.
So we are just waiting on Marachev from Russia. And you'll see, you know, the time has run down a little bit because you don't want to wrap those knees up too early. I mean, if you've ever worn knee wraps, if you're watching at home, you've never done a quick lifting, and you want to have a try a set of knee wraps for the first time. You don't want to be wrapping those up too long before you're about to lift.
Yeah, nobody's walking around with knee wraps on having conversations.
A little bit different than these sleeves. It's a very wide squat stance. Wow, that was fast.
Yes.
And gets 3 white lights. That was a fantastic lift. Very, very quick through the whole session there. Logan Pennington, the US of A, wants 190 as well.
Let's go, Logan! Come on, Logan!
Lots of support. That big US fan behind is making plenty of noise for him. Gets those knees into the lock position. Just couldn't quite lift that chest up there. Certainly got a bit of bounce out of the knee rest, but couldn't get the chest back up.
Right.
And gets the 3 red lights. Hamasuna from Japan wants 200 kilograms. You see a few 10-kilo jumps. The 10-kilo jumps are a fairly conservative jump for equipped lifting, but these guys are sub-juniors as well. So a lot of them haven't got a huge amount of experience yet. You certainly don't want to push too hard at a World Championship event.
Well, and especially is an extra element of strategy today with this 9-lifter flight. You've got to kind of maybe you have to sacrifice some squat to get some deadlift.
A 9-lifter flight is a very quick flight, and it's if you're new to powerlifting and it's not something you compete in, it expends an enormous amount of energy doing these 1RM lifts. So you really got to think about the whole game.
Yes.
Still got a bench of deadlift to go. And he gets 3 white lights. Dmitry Lagutin from Russia, looking at 202.5 kilograms.
It's a good looking squat. Watching the
very tall lifter. Certainly not your typical build that you'd expect.
Right.
And the bar is loaded for Dmitry. Very quick and very smooth. Let's see what the referees say. 2 white lights and gets it on the board. Oscar Martel from the US of A, 205 kilograms. These are big lifts, 53 kilo lifter. Weighed in at 52.15, now looking at handling 205 kilograms. I mean, even if you're 100 kilos, that's a monstrous amount of weight to hold your back.
It is.
You weigh 53 kilos.
Let's go, Oscar!
I've got to say, Jim, it sounds like there's 71 people in the audience from America at the moment. You sure you only brought 31 athletes?
Well, we did bring some parents, so there's no telling how many of those are wind up being here.
Works it up from the midsection. You can see him really lift that chest up there. And gets the 3 white lights and well deserved. They had to put in a bit of work for that one. Davian Aldridge from the USA, 220 kilograms.
He's the only one so far that hasn't got one on the board, so hopefully we can go ahead and knock that out. And then all 9 lifters will have posted a squat.
Yeah, he certainly... He started well with the lift. He got a little bit caught up in the rack.
And then, there's all the other elements of a world championship. There's all that travel. I mean, it's
these are big events. I mean, it's not like a local or even a national competition. You've traveled a long way. You're from the world stage. The adrenaline and the nerves are through the roof, especially with the juniors and sub-juniors.
He looks a bit more focused here.
Yeah, this is a weight that he knows he can do as well. Sometimes that first lift, the nerves allow you to get a little bit complacent. Stepped out a lot better on that one. It was nice and fast. Let's see what the referees say. Didn't quite get down further enough. Those nerves are just getting a little bit the better of him.
Yeah.
A little bit of pressure on him now for that third lift. Yo Tamura from Japan now looking for 220 as well. Yeah, it's always tough when you miss those first two lifts. The pressure and the nerves triple now.
Yes.
But he's certainly strong enough, and I think he may have just showed himself then that he can handle the weight quite well. Hey. 220 kilograms. Has to put in some work, but he gets it back to the top.
That's a strong lift for a kid being fresh out of the sub-juniors.
Yeah, that's 220 kilos, and he had to put in a little bit of work, but he certainly never looked in doubt, did he?
No. Extremely confident, as Yosuke Satake will be here.
Yeah, I think 252.5 is still well under his personal best of 260. Yeah, I imagine the Japanese coaches have been quite tactical. They know their lifters are a little bit jet lagged, a little bit tired from being delayed. Yeah, you've got to get through bench and deadlift yet. Well, let's not try and use too much in the tank for the first discipline. So the bar's loaded 252.5 kilograms. Weighing in at a smidge under 59 kilograms, 58.65. Using up as much time as he can there to get those wraps done, get that suit on. He's cutting it fine now because we're down to 30 seconds.
Ooh, with that ramp, that's going to be a little rough.
Cutting it way too fine here. We're down to 20 seconds now. Right. This is going to be very disappointing if he times out.
That's pretty solid to
So
even
he
get under
still
the
has
bar.
to get the squat call as well.
Wow.
Wow, right on the buzzer. And it's strong and smooth as well.
Unbelievable.
And he gets 2 white lights.
He didn't even have his wrist straps on at 32 seconds to
Talk
go.
about cutting it a little bit too fine.
That's amazing. And that's really where you can tell that guy's done several world
He's done
championships.
it before. He realised he didn't have much time left. He set up very, very quickly. Didn't waste any time. And we'll come around for our third lift now. Showing one go now. He missed 165. Didn't quite get down enough. And now looking at 170. Very, very young lifter. Born in 2001. And it certainly didn't seem to have any problems with strength at the 165.
No, he didn't.
More of a technical error. Yeah, it's a little bit too much though. Just got out of line there. Let the hips and the knees fall forward. And stand back up. But Chinese Taipei, they're a country to really watch over the next few years. We've seen them grow and develop in powerlifting so much over the last few years now.
That's for sure.
Logan Pennington for the US of A, 190 kilograms.
And while we set up for Logan real quick, another thing too, there's a couple other countries I've never seen at juniors that are here this week, India and Brazil.
Yeah.
I've never seen them at juniors. So that's really stuff that's great for the sport, especially.
It's growing at such a rapid rate, isn't it? We're seeing more and more countries come on board.
See if Logan can bounce back and get this after the miss on his second.
Strength was good, speed was good. Let's
see
say
what the ref's
enough. Not quite down there. He's a little bit disappointed with himself.
Yeah.
It's a lift that he knows he can do. Ilya Marichev from Russia looking at 200 kilograms.
That's going to give Logan the squat bronze, and then Ilya is going to have squat silver, regardless of this outcome. This will be a PB.
Yeah, 192.5 was his previous PB, so that's a massive personal best.
I have to get in the habit of saying PB when I'm at these level championships because we say PR back home.
Yeah, look, I'm originally from Australia and we used to say PR and PB, so I just get completely confused now. 45 seconds left on the clock. For a sub-junior lifter, he has quite an extensive career of lifting already. You know, he's competed World Bench Press, Moscow Lights Tournament, Russian Championships. You know, dating back.
Wow.
2015, the Russian Junior Powerlifting Championships. So it's a lot of experience for such a young lifter. He had to work for that personal best, but I think he's got it. Let's see what the referee's saying. He has.
Yeah, all three of his squats look really good.
And that's when that experience really starts to shine. Push that little bit extra weight. You know what you've got to do to work through it, and he gets that personal best. Amasuna from Japan, 205 kilograms. So this will be a personal best as well.
Yeah, and it'll move him into squat gold for the moment. Then he'll have to see what our Russian lifter does. And talking about strategy, I mean, it truly looks like you've just playing the medal game on the squat, trying to get into the other lifts and see what happens.
Yeah, we often talk about sticking to a plan, not trying to go over the top and wait for opportunities to arise. And we've seen it so many times as people that stick to the plan and wait for that last deadlift to take opportunities. They come out of nowhere to steal medals. Slow descent. Stands up very quickly. Let's see what the referees say. Not quite deep enough. The two side referees there with the best view for depth out of all referees, and both of them agree. Dmitry Labutin from Russia, 207.5. And a personal best of 2.5 kilograms. Looking to get a personal best of 3 from 3 in the squats.
Based on his first two, I believe we're about to see it.
He's been very, very smooth, very, very technically correct as well. Sits back nicely into the squat, stands that chest up. Had to work, and he pushes the hips through, but he gets it back to the top. Not quite deep enough though. Be a little bit disappointed, but that was a solid display of technique there. Got into a little bit of trouble in the middle, but managed to push the hips through and stand the chest up.
I'm not sure what they threw the yellow card for on that one.
Yeah, I think the coaches are actually going to go and have a bit of a chat to the jury.
The only thing I can think I may have missed on the replay because of the positioning of the plates is potentially the elbows.
Oscar Martel looking for 210 kilograms, and it looks like the jury has actually stood up. And he might, let's see what happens. He's having a chat to the referees. And it looks like they may be talking about there's a bit of a double movement.
Let's go, Oscar.
Oscar Martel, 210 kilograms. to work hard.
He's a little better as the weight got heavier.
And very white lights, and you often see that in the quick lifting, where the heavier weight pushes them down a little bit further and actually allows them to use the equipment.
Such a fine line, though. You don't want to go too heavy and not be able to get one in.
And here we go, Davian Aldridge from the US of A under enormous pressure to get this lift on the board. Plenty of support in the crowd. Everyone, every country, every athlete wants to see him get this on the board. And that's one of the great things about powerlifting.
Absolutely.
Is you don't want to see your competitors bail out of a competition for not being able to put one on the board. Let's sit back into this.
That looks much better.
That looked a lot better. Let's see what they say. Right, he gets it on the board. What a relief for that young man. Yo Tamura from Japan, looking for 230 kilograms.
Life from the jaws of death right there.
That was definitely saving your skin. And this is an equal PB for Tamura from Japan. So in the 53 sub-junior, Martel with the gold medal on squat, Marichev with the silver. The 59 kilo sub-junior, Lagutin from Russia with the gold medal on squat. Amasuma from Japan with a silver at 200 kilograms. And Pennington from the USA with a bronze. And now our junior 59s will settle their medals, but it's fairly well set. Yo Tamura looking at 220 for a bronze medal. Oh, he just dropped that knee out a little bit there.
It looked like it cut on him.
Lost some tension. So here we'll settle for 220 kilograms.
Yeah, that knee cut in and that's over. You can push, but you don't want to. It's a very bad idea.
It could end very badly.
Yes.
So Tamura will take home the silver medal at 220. Aldridge with the bronze at 220 as well. Aldridge a fraction heavier.
Yes.
Now, last lifter here for their third squat, Sataki from Japan. We're looking at 262.5 for a personal best, and he'll take home the gold medal.
And he made sure he's here for the full minute this time.
Yeah, he certainly gave himself a bit more time on the clock this time.
Yeah.
Take a little bit more time to set up. Certainly quick. Let's see what the referees say. Not quite deep enough. So he'll still take home the gold medal at 252.5 for the squats, but it'll just be set on that personal best. Just a fraction high there. And we will take a 20-minute break as these guys warm up for their bench press. And we'll be right back here in South Africa for the IPF World Sub-Junior and Junior Equipped Powerlifting Championships 2018 in 20 minutes. Welcome back to the IPF World Sub-Junior and Junior Equipped Powerlifting Championships. We're a couple of minutes away from the bench press session. This is going to get exciting. I just want to give a big shout out to some of our sponsors who, without them, these events just aren't possible. Of course, Alico, that have stood behind the IPF for so long now. Absolute top-notch, top-quality bars, plates, racks, you name it, they've got it. Even waffle irons. And SBD, yes, SBD is behind us again as well, as always. Absolutely fantastic equipment. And our sponsor that came on board in Canada this year, Uplift, the online coaching platform. Absolutely fantastic to see these guys get behind these events and support such a fantastic sport. Alico and SBD, they have stood behind us for so long now. And there is nothing quite like training and lifting with Alico plates and bars. And if you ever get a chance to change from the gym plates to Alico plates, you will see and feel an absolute difference as well. They are calibrated absolutely beautifully.
Swedish steel.
Swedish steel, that's it. And remember, Alico, if you are listening, I really do want an Alico waffle iron. And Uplift, I've been talking to the guys from Uplift. That's a fantastic coaching platform, and they're really, really very professional and strict about who comes online and works with Uplift as well. So when you sign up with Uplift to get some coaching, you know that you're getting a quality, qualified coach as well. We are about 15 seconds away from our opening lift. Got Chun Wan Guy from Chinese Taipei looking to open his bench press campaign at 80 kilograms. Again, this is a country that has just come forward in strides over the last few years. And we are kicking off our bench press session here. Chun Wan Guy, Chinese Taipei, 80 kilograms. If you've never done a quick bench press, it is an extremely technical lift.
Yeah, and he squatted without a squat suit, but we do have he's got the Titan Super Katana on for the bench.
And pulls that down to the chest, flies it up nice and quick and gets the rack call. And 3 white lights to start his campaign.
That's exactly what you want out of an opener.
Nice fast opening lift, nothing too hard. Logan Pennington from the US of A looking 110 kilograms. Bars loaded at 110 kilograms for Logan. And you'll see throughout this session, as the weights get heavier, their lift style will change just a little bit. And you'll see them adjust their suits a little bit, just to try and get a little bit more out of them, particularly when you get to their third lifts.
Yeah, that's such a challenge to learn when to do the sleeve, when to do the chest plate, when to pull it down.
It's a little bit of a stall through the middle there, but no downward movement. And 3 white lights. Yeah, and as Jim was just saying, you've got to time it right with the position of the sleeves and pull the chest down. If you have those things in the too tight position on an early lift, you can't quite get it down to your chest as well. Oscar Martel from the US of A, 112.5 kilograms. Just got a little bit out of line there on the left-hand side. And the referees say no lift. He'll bounce back on his second lift from that. He's got a little bit of experience and some gold medals at Open National Championships in the US of A as well. So, and his coach will be at the back knowing exactly what to do to rectify that problem. Dmitry Lagutin from Russia, 115 kilograms. Came first this year at the Russian Powerlifting Championships with a bench press of 122.5.
3 for 3 so far.
He's having quite a good day so far. He's got quite long arms, so he's got a long way to move that bar. But certainly made that opening lift look easy. 3 white lights. Ilya Marachev from Russia, 120 kilograms. Probably the most experienced sub-junior lifter, with a massive bag full of competition experience. And a very, very big bag of medals as well from past experience. Just giving the spotter some quick little instructions of how he wants to lift off. Got an absolutely huge arch. Reducing that range of motion as much as he can within the rules. And as long as your head, shoulders, butt and feet are touching the floor of the bench, you can arch as much as you want, and he gets the 3 white lights.
Yeah, look, he's got a similar setup as far as being able to maximize that as much as somebody will see tomorrow afternoon that'll put up a big number in Kolesnik.
That will be good to watch.
Yes. It's very similar.
Amasuna from Japan, 135 kilograms.
Japan.
A young lifter, lifting equipped and raw, competed this year at the World Championships in raw as well. Starting to see a lot more of that in lifters these days, competing both raw and equipped.
You know, and I think it's something very important to kind of dabble in both, as opposed to, oh, I'm just raw, or oh, I'm just equipped.
And that was very, very synonymous with the Japanese techniques that they use.
Yes.
And just didn't quite get the lockout, was it? Or did his butt lift off the bench?
I'm thinking butt.
And we've got the privilege of a replay here. And our bar is loaded for Davian Aldridge from the US of A, 145 kilograms.
Gave a little bit of the scare in the squat, but hopefully we're done with that.
He bounced back well, and as much as the pressure was on, to get that third squat is an absolute massive confidence booster for him now. So he's going to be feeling a lot better coming into this bench press. He's got to get the bar to stop on his chest. He gets the call. Very smooth.
That's a good looking attempt.
And he gets 2 white lights. He's on the board. He will be very happy with that. Yosuke Sataki from Japan, 155. And we were just talking about how we're seeing so many more lifters now doing both raw and equipped. And it's something we never used to see sort of 20 years ago. I mean, we had raw lifters and we had equipped lifters. And we're seeing so many of them do both now.
Yeah, and you've really got to manage your training and manage your time to be able to do both, especially if you're going to compete on the the world stage at both. But it's possible, depending on how your calendar is set up in your national federation.
It's certainly a challenge, though, isn't it? You've really got to strategically pick your competitions, and you've really got to have a very good, knowledgeable coach to be able to train for both properly. Really makes good use of his shirt there. You can see the bar path coming down very, very low on his chest, and he gets 3 white lights.
This is a big attempt here.
Yo Tamura from Japan, 180 kilograms. And I think the world record is 200 kilograms. It was an absolute monstrous opening lift.
And his PB is 190.
Sorry, 200 kilograms is the single lift world record. The 3 lift is 190 kilograms, so he's opening.
I suspect we're going to see
quite within reason there. I mean, 10 kilos isn't a huge jump for an equipped lift.
No, it's not. I mean, he may even get 2 shots at it. He may get to break it twice.
So we might get to see a world record attempt on the first day, first session. I think he might, yes, just couldn't quite get that left side up there.
Yeah.
Just sort of mistimed it. It was very, very slow coming down. Used a lot of energy and gets the 3 red lights.
See, and you know what's funny about equipped lifting is they'll likely go back there and make a slight modification, pull the shirt down a little bit, angle the sleeve different, and it'll look like a totally different attempt. And he may even, and you can tell by how his feet move so easy when it reached a failure point. I don't think he was set up the way he likes to be set up at all.
Yeah, and that's a great thing about equipped lifting as opposed to raw. I mean, someone fails a lift like that in a raw lift, and you think, oh, this is getting tough, but you come out of the second lift and it'll be completely different. Chan Wan guy from Chinese Taipei looking at 87.5 kilograms.
Which sometimes I haven't decided is a headache or a relief. If you miss raw, well, let me go get stronger. And if you miss equip, well, we'll just adjust the shirt.
When you're sitting on this side, it makes it really hard to call.
Absolutely.
Sean Wan just having a little bit of trouble there. Well, they'll make some adjustments to his shirt. Get that bar path right. And it's really difficult with equipped lifting, especially when you're new and young to it. The shirt can really pull you where it wants to go. And you've got to fight that and work against it to get your bar path in the line just where you want it. Oscar Martel from the USA, 115 kilograms. I'm sure we've all experienced the bench shirt having a mind of its own at some point in our lifting careers. Very, very nice lift. Pulled those shoulder blades back beautifully and lifted that chest up.
Look much better.
He gets 3 white lights. Very, very nicely done. Logan Pennington also looking for 115 kilograms for the US of A.
Let's go, Logan!
And again, throughout this competition, we'll be watching the American coaches. They are very, very proficient in their lift, choosing their lifts for each athlete.
Good looking attempt.
That was a very, very good lift. 3 white lights. Very, very good technique on that young man. Dmitry Lagutin from Russia, 120 kilograms.
Speaking of good technique, here comes some more.
He's having an absolutely fantastic day, isn't he?
This is just under his personal best.
Really gets up high on those shoulders. Very, very quick. Very good bar path there. 3 white lights.
Great attempt.
And one thing for those of you new to equip lifting at home, you'll see the guys on bench wearing belts today. In the raw lifting, we often don't see a lot of guys wearing belts. The belt plays a couple of roles on the bench press with the equipped. It helps to keep that shirt in the position where you want it as well. Ilya Marachev from Russia, 125 kilograms. And I think this might be a personal best. And from the numbers we have in front of us, this should be a 20 kilogram personal best.
You got to wonder, when you have that much of a PB with the young lifter, you got to wonder, did he learn that arch this summer? Was it totally different last year?
Yeah, it's very interesting. But I think we might find that his numbers, so he's a raw and equipped lifter. And I think his personal best might have been 120 when equipped. So it's still a personal best and very smooth again.
Might have turned in a raw bench. Yeah.
He handled 125 with no problems though. Mizuki Hamasuna from Japan, 135. So he missed this on his opening lift. I'm sure they would have made a few adjustments. He had a very, very slow descent to the bar, used a lot of energy. And it's a bit of a catch-22. You don't want to drop the bar too fast. Yeah, too slow and you use a lot of energy bringing the bar down and working through that shirt.
Right, it's a real science.
His descent was a little bit quicker on this one. Certainly made a difference. Can he lock it out?
Yeah.
And the referees say 3 white lights. And that's so synonymous with equipped lifting, isn't it? They go away, they miss a lift, go away and come back. It looks completely different.
Yeah, it really makes it kind of a challenge to call as a coach or an opposing coach. You're like, well, that looked bad, but they may come back and kill it on the next one.
Yeah, I mean, in a raw lift, it's, if they miss a lift through strength, you can sort of predict where they're going to go. It's so hard at equipped lifting to make a prediction. And this is Davion Aldridge from the US of A looking for a personal best of 152.5. He has bounced back very, very well. That is a real indication of not just good coaching, but an athlete that is willing to listen.
Yes, absolutely.
He's worked through the middle well. What do the referees say? 3 white lights. It's an absolutely fantastic comeback from this morning's first session there. Yusuke Satake from Japan, 162.5, sorry. Opened at 155 with a good lift.
It's hard to believe we're over halfway through the bench press that quick.
It has moved so fast. It's got to be tough for these guys today. This is moving very, very fast. They're not getting a whole lot of time to recover between each bench either.
Which makes the attempt selection so important.
Oh, we might have just jumped the press call there, and you could just see the suit sort of pushed him back a little bit. And 3 red lights.
And then all the advancements. It's so nice to see those, the spotters, the side spotters for the safeties.
They're really.
I was drawing a blank.
It's such an important part, though, isn't it? I mean, we have our spotters, we have our safety bars there. Lifter safety, especially in these young guys, is so important. Yo Tamura from Japan, 180 kilograms. Now, he missed this on his first lift. Well, let's see what adjustments they've made, and let's see if he can handle the 180 for a second. He's got a personal best of 190. Lifts that chest up a lot higher on this one.
Totally different lift.
Completely different, isn't it? And what we were saying before, a few little adjustments in the shirt, some technique adjustments, and 3 white lights at 180 kilograms.
It's so much better. I think he's going to take a shot at it.
Yeah, look, I think he's lifting quite fast. He's got one on the board.
And looking ahead, that's really what's going to give him the best chance to kind of stave off Aldridge here, is to put more on his total and bench, because he doesn't have a deadlift that's with Sataki or with Aldridge.
So let's see what he does in the next lift. Is he going to play the long game, or is he going to have a crack? And he has put in 190.5 for a record. But up now, we've got Chun Wan Guy from Chinese Taipei looking to rectify that 87.5 kilograms that he missed on his second. One of our youngest sub-junior lifters in this session. Yeah, it looked like a better lift off the chest. It just couldn't quite get through the midsection though.
One, especially as young as he is, he probably hasn't figured out how to grind it out to keep pushing. He's up, it's heavy.
And and you can see that in that. I mean, that was really fast off the chest and looked very, very good. But you're right, got to the midsection, just doesn't quite have the experience yet how to push through that part where all of a sudden the suit stops and you've got wow, that is heavy. Oscar Martel from the US of A, 120 kilograms.
Let's go, Oscar.
Having to work hard. Didn't look from here there was any downward movement. Let's see what the referees say. They agree, 3 white lights. That's a great fight there. Logan Pennington from the US of A, 120 kilograms. And a personal best as well. So unpredictable in the sub-juniors. They develop so quickly.
They do.
You watch sub-juniors over a period of 12 or 18 months and you're watching personal best every competition.
Especially as they grow into weight classes and such, or change weight classes even.
It's a good call, and that was a very fast lift.
Yeah.
And 3 white lights. He handled 120 kilograms very well there. Looks like he's got a little bit left in the tank there for the deadlift, which is good. Dmitry Gutin from Russia, 125 kilograms. And another personal best. I'm sure we'll see a lot of personal best today. His previous best lift, 122.5. previous lifts have all looked very, very good.
Yeah, he's putting together quite a day.
Sticking to his plan, adding that little bit each time to his total.
It's going to come down to a nice little battle.
And he'll wait for that opportunity in the deadlift. He's having to work hard, but he's holding it through.
That was a long way to press.
That was a long fight. And he gets the 3 white lights. And just for those listening at home, the bar can stop, but it cannot drop back down. And it doesn't have to come up evenly either, as long as it continues in an upward movement. And Ilya Marichev from Russia, 127.5. A very, very experienced sub-junior lifter.
Yeah, this will actually, if he's successful with this, it'll give him a PB on the bench, but it also, after his opening deadlift, will give him a PB on the total before he's even pulled anything past his opener, which is
wow, so he's going to
not
have
a bad
massive day.
And very experienced, as we've touched on, and silver medalist from last year. I'm sure he'd like the opportunity to get on the top of that podium. We'll see
absolutely.
We'll see what Oscar says about it, and that'll be very interesting to watch as well.
Having to work hard, but he's fighting it out. Gets it to the top. Let's see what the referees say. The referees are happy. He gets the 3 white lights.
One thing about that kid is he's not really they're not putting anything on the bar he can't do, and he knows that. And so he is really pushing through and finishing all these lifts. And it's resulted in being 6 for 6 to this point.
Yeah, that's going to put him in a really good position going to the deadlifts now. You know, so these two gentlemen can really fight it out for that gold medal. Mizuki Hamasuna from Japan, 142.5. Missed his opener at 135, corrected that. Now hitting a 142.5.
That says something. That says something about his bench when he misses an opener, comes back and gets it, and goes all the way to the gold medal position in the bench just that quick.
That's a big move. Yeah, you can see he's definitely speeding up his descent. He managed to work through that. Let's see what the referees say.
Yeah, strong attempt.
Gets 2 white lights, and that's enough to go on the board.
One got it for the downward movement. Where that was, I felt like it was only going to be that far side referee that really had the true angle on it.
And that gives him the gold medal for the bench press there at 142.5. Davian Aldridge from US of A, 157.5.
And this will be a PB because he's exceeding what he just did on his second, which was PB.
Yeah, and this could be quite interesting for the medals here in the bench press too, with the Japanese lifter having missed his second lift. So after a tough day on the squats, he could find himself walking home with possibly a silver medal. That was nice and fast off the chest. Can he lock it out? He's working to the top.
It's a good-looking bench.
I think the referees might agree with you, and they do. 3 white lights. Now he's going to be watching very closely. Yasuki Sataki from Japan, looking for that 162.5.
And after that 1 for 3 on squat, you really want to come out and go 3 for 3.
Yeah, that's going to build his confidence going into the deadlift.
Almost give a little bit of a swagger back that he may have lost in the squat.
And if Yasaki misses this lift, it jumps him up into the silver medal for the bench press as well, which is going to give him a real confidence boost going to the deadlift.
Absolutely. And then we're going to wrap it up for the bench with a world record attempt with a brand new junior lifter. 190.5.
Weighing in at 58.15. That's huge. Good descent. Just can't quite keep that bar path with 162.5. So that'll jump Aldridge up into the silver medal position there. What a confidence booster for him with such a rough start.
Absolutely.
And now we have a world junior record attempt, 190.5 kilograms for Yo Tamura from Japan.
It's a really strong kid. He was just battling in the 59 kilo sub juniors last year.
Wow.
And here he is right in the mix of the 59 kilo juniors.
Unbelievable, isn't he? And now he opened at 180 as well, and we saw him fail that. And you said he's going to come out with a completely different lift on his second, and it was an absolutely completely different lift. Nailed 180.
We've had a lifter go head to head with him the last 2 years, and so I've seen this lifter lift a good bit, and he's a really, really good bencher. He's a good lifter, but he's a really, really good bencher.
Wow, what an opportunity here at the World Championships here in South Africa. First session of the day, and already seeing a world record attempt.
See if he can flip the switch here.
Gets that chest up high. He's moved it fast. Let's see what the referees say. 3 white lights for a world record.
That's a big deal for a kid that he might still be 18 years old lifting the juniors.
Absolutely
huge. Depending on when his date of birth is.
Wow, already a world record, 190.5 kilograms to give him the gold medal and the world record in the bench press. We are going to take a 20-minute break here and come back for the deadlifts for some more excitement here with Jim and watch this unfold. We will see you back here in 20 minutes. Welcome back to the IPF World Sub-Junior and Junior Equipped Powerlifting Championships here in South Africa. And we are 1 minute away from the deadlift, and to watch these boys battle it out for the gold medal overall. And we have got some nice little battles here today. And a big thanks to our sponsors, Alico, SPD, Uplift. We've got some other sponsors to shout out to as well, Reband, who have actually stood behind IPF competitions for quite a long time. I remember using Reband equipment very, very long, probably longer than I want to remember actually. Great equipment as well. And we are 20 seconds away from Mizuki Hamasuna from Japan, looking at 170. And I was just talking to the co-host here, Jim, a couple of minutes ago about some of these battles and some of the strategies that we're going to be looking forward to, and this particularly from Japan as well.
Yeah, because this is really where we're going to see how the travel delay and being stowed up in the airport for so long, and that may really come into play here. And then you've just really got some tight battles in all three classes, really.
And we're opening 170 kilograms for Mizuki Hamasuna from Japan. So even our 59 kilo, we've got a nice little battle in our projected totals here between Dimitri and Hamasuna. Handles 170 very easily.
It's a good solid attempt.
3 white lights.
The only disadvantage is he's going to be kind of playing defense, and he's going to have to set something out there to see if he
so
can.
It becomes very, very strategic here in the last few lifts now, and that opening lift can make a big difference.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it determines whether you're going to take a really big jump. Chan Wan Guy from Chinese Taipei, 170 kilograms. Wow, that was fast.
It was.
No mucking around with that at all. Logan Pennington looking at 185. And remember, we're working off predicted totals here. Anything can happen in the deadlift.
That's the best part about it. You can fix a bad day in just one fell swoop.
185, a PB of 195, so I imagine this should be a quick, solid opening lift for him. Just tightening up his belt. And for those of you who are new, the belt is the only piece of equipment they're allowed to adjust on the platform. We're seeing a few lifters these days wearing knee sleeves in the deadlift now. Nice and fast.
And he's got SPD knee sleeves at that.
Rocking the sponsor. It's been debatable for a while, and we've seen the knee sleeves in the last couple of years show up on the deadlift platform. There's a bit of debate around whether it's an advantage or a disadvantage.
To me, especially whether it's in training or on the platform, if it's legal and it's going to ease the process of doing it, I'm all for it.
Absolutely, and I think it really is an individual thing. And Oscar Martel hits the 187.5. No problems at all. Dimitri Lagutin from Russia, 187.5. He wants to put himself in a nice position to battle out for the gold medal. Those feet into just the right position. Stands it up very quickly.
That was a strong attempt.
3 white lights, handles 187.5 with ease and puts himself in a very, very nice position. Ilya Manochev from Russia, looking for 190 kilograms. And this is the 53 kilo sub junior. We've got a great battle here for gold and silver. And he is having a great day. Wow. Quick
Strong
setup, quick lift. Thank you very much. And I'll have 3 white lights with that one. The Otamura from Japan, the 59 kilos, looking for 200 kilograms as an opening lift.
And once he pulls this, we'll lock in that world record that he broke in the bench press.
So for that world record to be considered and recorded, he has to get a good lift in each discipline. So very, very important to put this on the board. And we'll often see lifters break a world record in squat or bench and then be a little bit conservative on their opening lift for the next discipline just to make sure. Ooh, a very long hold there. Just couldn't steady the bar, but he gets 2 white lights and that's enough.
That's right. So now that world record is official.
Now he can play the game as much as he wants. Yusuke Satake from Japan, 215 kilograms. Takes his time with his setup, gets everything where he wants it. Making that look very easy, very smooth lift.
Yeah, he's moving a little slow coming off that platform.
Yeah, well spotted there.
Yeah.
Let's see where he goes with his next lift there.
Yeah, I tell you what, these camera angles are amazing. When juniors came 10 years ago, I remember having to click refresh to see the results. And now everybody's sitting at home, probably watching this on a smart TV. It's so freaking fantastic.
Yeah, you've got to give a good shout out to the guys from Viva Media. Very, very, very professional organisation and a great live stream we have going. Davian Aldridge from the US of A, 227.5.
So pull him into deadlift gold, at least momentarily.
It's a good opening lift. Yeah, looked a little bit unsteady in his hands there, but he gets the 3 white lights. Giving himself a really good opportunity there. So all of these gentlemen have got their first lifts on the board. Now we get to see the tactics unfold. So Mizuki Hamasuma from Japan, 177.5.
Yeah, and then see he's got Lagutin breathing down his neck, but he can't worry about that right now. He's just got to put as many kilos on that total as he can to try to make him beat him instead of
just got to stay in touch with him, stay close.
Yep.
See if any mistakes happen.
Absolutely.
And then wait for that third lift to make a decision. Now 177.5 is a little bit under his personal best, so it shouldn't be too much trouble for him. And it's not. And that's a smart play tactically.
Yes.
Gets another couple of numbers on the board there. 3 white lights. Adds to his total and just stays in touch there. Getting ready to see what he can do at his third lift. And remember, you get some changes on your third lift. So unlike your other lifts with your deadlift, you can put in a lift, see what the other guy's doing, and then make a change to take a play at that gold medal. Chan Wan guy from Chinese Taipei, 177.5. Does not mess around with that at all.
It's a good looking attempt.
A very, very nice lift. He is certainly a lifter to be watching over the next couple of years.
And then he's actually got body weight on Hamasuna, and they've taken the same attempt. So if he stays with Hamasuna, he's actually going to get the deadlift bronze.
He could move himself up there. That'd be a nice way to finish. Dmitry Lagutin from Russia, 195. So again, he needs to play a smart game, put numbers on the board.
But it will move him into first, at least momentarily.
We're interested to see what these two gentlemen for the gold and silver in the 59 kilo sub-junior do for their third lift. He didn't have any problems with 195. 3 white lights.
197.5.
So that temporarily puts him into the gold medal position there. Oscar Martel from the US of A, 197.5. We've got a nice battle happening here in the 53 kilo.
Right, insane deal. And he's in the same position as Hamasuna. He's having to pull and make Miroshov come behind him and beat him.
Having to work hard, but just couldn't quite get it past the thighs there. There's the 3 red lights.
He'll get another shot at it, so we'll see what happens here. And it's going to put Miroshov in a position to kind of pull ahead.
It certainly gives Miroshov an opportunity now to widen that gap out. Logan Pennington, the USA, 197.5 for a personal best. Oh, wow.
He's bounced back quite well since he went 1 for 3 on the squats. Reverse from Davion. He hit his opener and then missed his next 2, and he hasn't missed again since. So
absolutely fantastic. He made that look very easy. Ilya Malachev from Russia, 202.5. Now this is quite an important lift for Malachev. If he wants to step away a little bit and open that gap up, he needs to put this one on the board. Or he opens the door up and he handles it. The referees say 3 white lights. So he's opened up the gap a little bit more. Yo Tamura from Japan looking for 210.
And this is really too close to call because it could go either way in this class. It could be any of the 3.
It all really comes down to their last lifts.
And all of them up over 600K on their total. That's not a bad day for a 59 kilo lifter, especially as a junior.
That is a huge total. Having to put in a bit of work. Looks like he struggled to hold it at the top there. But he gets 2 white lights. Gonna have to watch that grip on the right hand there a little bit on the next lift. Isuku Satake from Japan, 225 kilograms. If one of these gentlemen in the 59 kilos misses their second lift, it's going to open the door. 225 kilograms. Wants to put this one up there to keep that gap open.
Yeah, because Tamura just put it on the bar to pull ahead based on this attempt.
Wow, that was a quick 225. Nothing but business there. Davian Aldridge from the US of A now looking at 237.5. You know, with the 59 kilo guys here, this is anyone's game, really.
It truly is.
watching all the third lift attempts to see if there's any tactical changes. He had to do a bit of work there, but he didn't look in doubt at all. Oh, and he's got 2 red lights. Might have been some double movement. It couldn't quite lock the knees by the look of it. Mizuku Hamasuna from Japan, 187.5 for his third lift. So he's currently on predicted totals in first position overall. This will be a personal best by 7.5 kilograms.
Yeah, and then, like we say, this is going to pull in my head momentarily, and then he's going to have to see what happens.
Couldn't quite get there. A little bit of a blood rush to the head, nothing to worry about, and nothing unusual either.
Absolutely.
They take that big deep breath, push into the belt. Occasionally when they get to the top, they get a little bit of blood rush.
Right. And these guys are out here giving their all.
Oh, every single time. And, I mean, he can walk away from that lift saying that he gave every single thing he had. John Wan guy from Chinese Taipei now looking at 197.5. And this will be interesting. I mean, he's playing his long game here. He might, depending on Pennington, he might find himself in the medal for the deadlift.
Yeah, well, he's actually going to. Let me see.
Pennington has been
well. He's got
solid.
the bronze. He's got the bronze. If with a miss by Pennington here, this would put him in the silver on bodyweight.
Yeah, and this is a smart, tactical, long game for a young athlete.
Well, then plus
followed his plan.
Well, and then on top of that, you're kind of put in the position to why not?
Just a little bit too much for him though. The 197.5.
I was trying to think of the term we use. Check his oil. You kind of see what he's got. I was trying to think of the term we use back on.
Oscar Martel from the US of A, 200 kilograms.
And this the PB attempt will pull him into first place momentarily with Menashov to
Yeah,
come.
look, this is a smart lift as well. He's played his plan, stuck to his plan, and let's see what happens with Marichov.
Not quite there,
just
but man,
a little bit too much.
Such a huge total for him and Marichov. I mean,
absolutely massive.
Both of them up over 515 kilos.
53 kilograms sub-junior lifters. Ilya Marichev now for 205 kilograms for the gold in the deadlift and the gold medal for the 53 kilo sub-juniors.
Ilya actually lost this medal in the last lift last year, so he's got to be pretty pleased going into this last lift.
Yeah, it's a nice way to come back.
Yeah, to know that he has won it going into his last attempt.
Yeah, it certainly makes that last attempt maybe a little bit easier with your confidence.
Yes. And then he's still got another year, so he'll be eligible as a sub-junior once again in Canada.
I mean, 210 kilos should be quite doable. I mean, he's got a PB of 215.5. Mm-hmm. So clearly holds a record there.
Well, and he's made a change.
He's going to go for the record at 218. He's made a change.
Got a world record attempt now, and that might be the world record total as well. But now we're going to go to Lagutin, who's going to be your world champion. Potentially.
So Dmitry from Russia, 202.5.
He's already wrapped up world title, so now he's trying to go for deadlift gold.
Ah, wow, look at that. What a great lift. 3 white lights. Now we'll go back to Ilya Marichev for a world sub-junior record, 218 kilograms.
Sure.
218 kilograms, the world sub-junior record.
This is a massive pull.
Bars loaded.
218 kilograms. Ilya Marichev. He's locked up the gold medal. Why not have a crack at the world record as well? And he makes that look easy, and he is over the moon. Look at that. 3 white lights for the world record and the gold medal. What a lift by the young 53-kilo lifter.
And he's excited.
More world records in day 1 and session 1. The Altamura from Japan looking at 222.5.
He went over 10 times body weight on that total.
That is absolutely ridiculous, isn't it?
It is.
And this is the personal best for this young man at 222.5.
And with that chip for the world record, this is going to pull him ahead of Satake. So trying to beat his teammate by half a kilo.
Another nice little battle. His 210 looked really good. So 225 is just a little bit too much.
Right, it's just not quite there. But you've got to take that shot when you have that opportunity to win the world title by half a kilo.
Look, when you're that close to it.
And he's already secured a medal position in deadlift and overall.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than walking away with a what if in your head. Put it on the bar.
Speaking of putting it on the bar, that's what Logan Pennington has done.
222.5. He wants to go home with some bling.
Not quite there.
Just a little bit too much.
He is going to finish with a deadlift silver and an overall bronze, though, so not a bad day.
So 53 kilo sub-junior. Marichev takes away the gold medal, and Martel takes away the silver. And the 59 sub-juniors, Lagutin takes away gold, Amasuna takes away silver, and Pennington takes away bronze. And now let's see how our 59 kilo juniors unfold with 2 lifters left to go.
Yeah.
Yusaki Satake from Japan, 237.5. Looks to be having already locked away a gold. Let's wait and see what happens.
Lifters getting the tracksuits. We can do the presentation immediately after this. Bars loaded.
This should lock up a world title for Satake. Aldridge is just too far back on this one.
Yeah, he's put himself in a really good position here.
Not bad after that massive delay.
It's great to see that, you know, with everything that's happened to them for this trip, that they're still performing at this level. Just waiting for the referees. Light problem with the technical lights here. And there we go, 3 white lights and wraps up the gold medal.
240.
Davian Aldridge looking for 240 kilograms.
All right, he's actually pulling for deadlift gold as opposed to position.
So this is a smart move. He's already got a medal.
Right, exactly. So this is gonna. He's locked in the bronze. So that's going to put Tamura at second, and then Satake's going to be our world champion, and then this is going to give Davion an opportunity to take a deadlift gold home.
Now it's only 2.5 kilos over his personal best as well, so it's
Right.
quite within reason. And why not take a shot? You know, he had a bad start to the day, and he's turned this all around.
He's such a young kid.
This
He's
would
going
be
to have many more opportunities at this.
Absolutely, this would be a
this
fantastic
environment.
sweetener for him.
Absolutely. Well, anytime you have an opportunity for an IPF gold, you want to do it. There's only so many people that have them.
Oh, wow. It looks good. Let's see what the referees say.
It's a good lift.
What a great finish
Absolutely.
for him.
And, you know, that was the call, and then also it gives him the opportunity to end the session.
That's fantastic, isn't it? So Sasaki takes away the gold, Tamura takes away the silver, and Aldridge takes away bronze. Well done. What a fantastic finish. And what an absolutely amazing start to this World Championships. World records, first session, day one, already world records, already seeing great little battles. Absolutely fantastic. Jim, thank you so much for joining us today.
My pleasure.
Great to have you here and great to draw into some of your wisdom and experience. And stay tuned, because in a very few minutes we're going to do the medal presentations, and then after that we'll have the women's as well.
We start with the sub-juniors. In the second place, Eli Marishev, silver medal. In the squat, and the gold medal to Oscar Marco from USA. In the bench press, second place Oscar Marto, and in the first place Eli Marishev. In the deadlift, in the second place Oscar Marto, and the first place Eli Marishev. Vicky.
Waar die middel? Eerste, tweede en derde plek. Hier.
Медаль кончились. Ну, хотя бы гимн включите для порядка. Мы-то споем.
Sorry, like
Стоим по стойке смирно.
the silver medal to Oscar Marto from USA, and the gold medal to Eli Marishev from Russia. And can we all rise for the national anthem of Russia, please? Everybody.
Россия священная наша держава, Россия любимая наша страна, могучая воля, великая слава, твое достояние на все времена. Славься, Отечество, наше свободное, братских народов союз вековой, предками данная, мудрость народная. Славься, страна, мы гордимся
Thank you. We start with the 59 kilo class sub-juniors. In the third place in the squad. Third place in the squad goes to Logan Pennington. Silver medal goes to Mizuki Hamasuna from Japan. And the first place to Dmitry Labutin from Russia. Thank you. In the bench press, in the third place, Logan Pennington, USA. In the second place, Dmitry Labutin, Russia. And the first place and the gold medal to Misuku Hamasuna, Japan. Thank you. In the deadlift, in the third place, Gaio Chun Zhang from Chinese Taipei. In the second place, Logan Pennington, USA. And the gold medal to Dmitry Labutin from Russia. Thank you. The total bronze go to Logan Pennington. The silver medal to Masuki Hamasuna from Japan. And the gold medal for Dmitry Labutin from Russia. All rise for the national anthem of Russia. Hello. Stay well, we'll be back. 59 junior class. The bronze in the third place goes to David Aldrich. Bronze in the squad. Second place and the silver goes to Tamurayo, Japan. And the gold medal to Yusuke Satake, Japan. Thank you. In the bench press, third place to Yusuke Satake. Second place to David Aldrich, USA. And the gold medal and a new world record, Tamura Yo from Japan. Thank you. The deadlift. Sasha. In the deadlift, in the third place, Tamurayo, Japan. In the second place, Yusuke Satake, Japan. And the gold medal to David Aldrich, USA. Thank you. Thank you. Now the total in the third place, bronze medal to David Aldrich, USA. Second place and the silver medal to Tamurayo, Japan. And the gold medal to Yusuke Satake, also Japan. You all rise for the playing of the national anthem of Japan, please. Hello, here we are, thank you. Can we have the march of music, please? Thanks, guys. And we have the referees of the next station to the platform, please. The referees for the next station.